Here's the game plan. You're gonna bring us 2 absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7½ minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
Excellent strategy, sir.
Yes, the WolfPACK is in the building. I know it's crack of dawn early in the morning. I don't know when I'm sending this message out, but I just wanted to say that thank you for being part of the Atlanta WolfPACK. And this particular video and this page that you're on right now is because of the presentation that I did earlier this week. And some of you kind of know them because I put it in my book club and I alluded to it. But I picked the 7 of us to fill in the blanks to create this into like a little pamphlet for multiple different reasons. And the concept behind it essentially is exactly the way I did the presentation. It was like, okay, well, let's talk about showing up to everything. Well, that's definitely Jen. Let's talk about, someone's genius, and that's definitely going to be like Hildy. So I've written copy for each one of these sections, but I think as far as using live case studies and using you guys as live examples will make this book even more fulfilling and more of a lead magnet for the individuals and for the networking group. So I'm going to try to keep the cost of this book down to as because again, I'm not doing it for monetary gains. I'm just trying to do it so we can have access to something that we can kind of use to market. So I'm going to put it underneath the Cerebral Publishing branch of my umbrella. So everything is going to go through that, and that's like the branding for it. But kind of like what Jen has done with her group books to a certain extent. But in this case, this is essentially pro bono. It's just for us. It's just for the 7 of us or anyone else in the Atlanta WolfPACK team to kind of get access to something. The goal is I'm trying to keep this book at like $5 or less through Amazon, so that way we don't have to deal with overhead, we don't have to deal with shipping. Once the book is done, then we have lead magnets that we can order all day, all night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share you my screen. Obviously, everything I do is systematically. So part of this is I'm going to kind of show you the steps that I need from you to kind of fill in the blanks. And again, I already pre-written some copy. You have access to that document to kind of read the copy, read your section. But what I'll need from you is kind of like a 5-minute or 750 words of content on that question that I'm asking in that particular section about you, and I'll go through that as we move through this video. I'm gonna try to keep this video short as well. In addition to that, any short bio would be great. Any links would also be great as well. So if you have like a VC link, because I'm in the book, I'm saying, okay, book a VC with Mark and ask Mark about SEO. So I'll need that link so I can create a QR code. If you deliver a bio and pretty much a headshot, what I'm planning on doing in the back of the book is have like a directory of sorts. Okay, chapter 1 was Hildy. Here's Hildy's headshot. Here's Hildy's business, her logo. Here's her bio, and here's her VC link. So then that way we'll have this tangible book that moving forward, and then part of it will be kind of setting the standards. And the irony of it is that being in the Atlanta WolfPACK, we kind of keep setting these standards. So imagine us all, or a few of us, then going down to the summit and having this book with us on hand. I think right now there's at least 2 speakers. So I'm speaking at the summit, and Rachel speaking at the summit. So it'll give us an opportunity to kind of talk about Atlanta WolfPACK, promote the book there as well, and any other books that you may have. Because this is, again, just going to be like a general lead magnet. And by all means, by us doing this, I'm sure other teams or other leadership is going to take notice and pretty much want to figure out how do we do it. So this is kind of like the steps on how to do it as well. But more importantly, we're setting the bar and we're setting the standards. And by doing that, we get more notoriety, and by getting more notoriety, we get in front of more people and potentially get more leads as well. And this is an easy way of doing it, and that's why I've kind of decided to split this up into 7 sections. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly. Let me show you exactly what I need from you. All right. So right now, this video is the video that I'm recording that's going to go here. So this is just a placeholder video. But you can see there's 3 buttons below. There's a video response, a written response, and let's do a recorded VC. So I'm trying to make this as easy and as convenient as possible. And at any given time, you can jump between these 3 different options. I can add more options to this page to make it even more easier for us. I know some of us have busy schedules. Some of us may not have time for VC. Some of us are great writers. Some of us are just, just want to record something. So step 1, this is the video presentation that I did yesterday, Thursday, and this is the live workbook. So you have access to that to kind of go through, and if you want to read your section and get a point of view, get a reminder of what I was talking about, or you want to watch the video, here it is for you. If you click the yellow button, you're going to go down to the yellow section. I just need your name and email address for this, and then you just hit record, and your questions are already on the right-hand side of the page, ready for you to go. So if you're on this page, if you're on mobile, you literally hit record. I should be able to do it now. Let me just drop it in there, and then I'm going to hit record, and then it's going to potentially try to connect to my camera, which it's doing right now, and then I'll hit record. This is my question, so just pretend you hear me asking you this question, and then you just record your video and deliver that answer, that response. And it could be as long as you want it to be, but ideally somewhere underneath 5 minutes would be great, because 5 minutes translates into 750 words. And again, I want to make this book really, really small and really, really cheap. And again, it's not necessarily, it could be a top seller, but by default, the goal here is to more so use it as a lead magnet moving forward. So we can, each of us order 5-10 copies, have it with us. Anyone talks about the group, then we say, hey, here's a book, right? So makes it really, really easy to kind of deliver the value add at that point. So that's the first section. The second section is answer by delivering a written response. So this one's the same thing, email address, name, you hit next, and then your questions are here. You just select your questions from this drop-down menu, so that way I know exactly who's giving me the response. And if you just wrote 750 words, you just drop it in there. Any additional other comments, and this other comments could be your bio, it could be your links, it could be any other additional information that you want to put in the book. And then you hit submit. You're done. That's going to go to the database, and then I'll have access to that content to put that content inside of the book. And then going down to the next section, if you want to do a VC, I have 15-minute blocks set up on this separate calendar. So, literally you just go to the next available date time, select it, and you can see it's 15-minute gaps right here. So the goal of this is it's kind of like a regular VC, but it's going to be 15 minutes where we're going to get on a call. I'm going to record the video of that call and use you answering that question on that video and transcribe it and then put that into the book. So once I get everyone's recorded or copy or videos or whatever, I'm going to drop it in the book, and then we're going to have time to kind of look at the organization of it. The chapters are already pretty much set, so it just be like, how does the content that I pre-written flow into your content? And I've done this before, so I kind of have an idea and a concept of how to make that flow together. And then potentially, if you guys can get this done in like the next, let's say the next 2 weeks, then potentially we could have a book on the shelves in less than 30 days. The reality, we can get it done in 7 days, but I'm not going to push it, because again, this is not necessarily a high priority, but I think is a cool priority, and it'll be something very cool and valuable to then use for our networking. And then obviously, imagine new people coming into our group, and everyone during that first 5 seconds holds up a copy of the book, and they're talking about, this is the book about us and what we are doing with our particular networking chapter. So that's pretty much it. So the goal for this video is to kind of just give you the quick rundown, show you the ropes, and then, if you have any additional questions, by all means, we're all in the same networking group. Reach out to me on Facebook. You can text me. You can send me an email. This landing page that you're getting access to right now with this video, you can see that there's definitely multiple points of contacts in here, right? So hopefully this was definitely helpful, and I look forward to seeing what you write your 750 words about. Essay Grant, over and out.
Let's do absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7.5 minutes after that, you're going to bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that, every 5 minutes, until one of us passes the fuck out.
Excellent strategy, sir.
The WolfPACK is in the building.
Until one of us passes the fuck out, 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 fuck out. Holy fucking shit.
The WolfPACK is in the building.
Oh, fucking shit.